This is a figure you're going to want to check out. Sniper Leoni, the very first figure from Sushing. She is part of the 1/12th action figure line, Bunny Rapid Action Squad. Short form, bras. Speaking of rapid, shout out to Bomberspy who sent this over to me super quickly. I will have links down below where you can order the Sushing girls as well as other cool stuff. There are 4 members total in the squad, so do keep an eye out for them. What do you think, too many bunny girls or not enough? The box actually looks pretty good and is actually a bit heavier than I expected, as there is quite a lot inside. There are 3 layers of trays. The bottom layer has her gun runners, so if you don't like model kits then this might not be for you. However, it is a pretty straightforward build, so don't worry too much. The middle layer has a carry case and shovel parts. This thing here is actually really cool and we'll take a look at it later of course. And the top tray has the finished figure herself and bits and pieces for her. Here she is, looks pretty good. She doesn't have any plastic protecty bits between the joints, which is a little bit unusual. But I guess it doesn't matter too much. She does look and feel pretty premium and feels pretty solid as well. First impressions, pretty impressed. She's got some holes at the top of her headband because her bunny ears are removable, and they come detached. She does have 4 different ones she can swap. Leoni has nice shading going throughout her orange matte hair, and a nice simple glossy tactical bunny suit. I say it's tactical because it's got some bits cut out of it. Makes it a little bit more interesting than just a plain bunny suit. And there is some shading around her outfit and body. Looking pretty good. And face is quite nice as well. The eyes are just printed on and not articulated, however they are very detailed and of high quality. Again, very nice job by Sushing. What is not nice is I had a bit of minor QC, probably just on mine. Out of the box, her heels were a little bit wonky and kind of bent forward. She could still stand, but I did want to fix them. So I heated them up a little bit and then bent them back in place and then let them cool down. Worked out nicely, so not really any fuss there. Overall, figure itself, still very nice. And of course we'll do some comparisons later on. For accessories, I gotta give props to Sushing because they do pack them quite well. There is a little covering to ensure the face and hand bits don't go flying everywhere when you open the tray. She's got 4 faces total, including her default smug, cheeky smile with a gremlin fang. Very cute, and even though I kind of prefer movable eyes, these still look really nice. She's got a regular neutral kind of face with a slight smile, and you can still see her little toothy there. There is a name for this, right, which was mentioned during the live stream where I built the accessories, but I have completely forgotten what it is. Well, anyway, she has an oh no, I'm in trouble kind of teary-eyed face. Once again, the printing here is very nice. And finally, she has a kind of teeth-gritted, kind of crazy grin. So a nice bunch of expressions. Do note that the hair is a pretty hard plastic, so do be careful when removing the front hair. Also, the neck joint does look a little bit small and fragile, so I wouldn't really recommend pulling it out for head swaps. Although if you want to try it, I would recommend using heat. She's got a lot of hands, 7 pairs including the default one. She's got her default raw kind of grabby hands, for when she's got you by the Doros. The hands are quite nicely sculpted and detailed actually. The fingernails are a little bit glossy as well. She's got open kind of hands. She has trigger finger hands. There is a bit of paint transfer from the weapon kit bits. For some reason they tend to smudge on whatever they touch. Doesn't matter too much for the hands as you should be able to clean them up, but just be careful not to smudge other parts like her arms and face and stuff when using her sniper. Anyway, she's got holdy hands. She can hold her shovel or entrenching tool if you want to be fancy about it. Shout out to those who told me what this was. She's got 2-finger pointy pew pew hands. And at first here I thought she had duplicate hands, but this is actually a pair of hands for her to hold her pistol and steady her aim. A nice inclusion, and there goes the smudging again. So these should be a bit different, however they are very similar and might as well just be the same. Finally, she's got your classic fisty or closed hands. What's more, she has a bunch of other parts and things. So you can swap the bunny ears out to whatever makes sense. There's like straight ones, and the default ones are kind of a bit more bent. The armor bits just attached to her arms. You just slot them on. There are alternate thigh strap pieces with a peg for the pistol holster and the pack thing. The thighs were super tight to take off, so I highly recommend using heat first. Oh, and there is some paint smudging on her butt. So you just pull the leg off of the thigh and then you just swap the bits around. Then you can connect the stuff into the hole. The pistol slots right in. And here she is all geared up. She is much more than your regular bunny girl now. Her ears and little attachments can be a little bit loose though, but I guess you can tighten them if you need to. And of course we have some weapons. Again, these are all model kits. However, they are pretty easy to build. You just cut them up according to the number and then slap them together. Here's a quick look at the instructions. There is a Chinese and Japanese side. Fairly straightforward, not too hard to build. Some of the gates and nub marks were in strange positions, but overall fitment was quite good. I do have a live stream where I built all of this. I will have it linked in case you want to check it out. I think the weapons once built look quite nice. Please excuse any nub marks because I didn't actually bother to clean them up after I did them on stream. So I think one of the coolest things is this carry case. It's got some foam inserts, and so essentially you can disassemble the sniper and then just put them all inside. And actually you can fit the shovel and pistol as well. Simple, looks good, functional. Now I want this kind of stuff for all my accessories. Anyway, just a closer look at all her weapons and things. Entrenching tool or shovel. Pistol. The mag does come out, but there is no paint on it. The bullet is sculpted though. Sniper looks really good. So the bipod can fold up. The scope can move backwards and forwards. The stock thing, is that what it is, can move as well. The magazine can be detached of course. And the bolt action handle moves as well. Oh boy, that's a lot of stuff. Stuff you say? Well, she has a stand as well. Inside there's some bits and pieces, some of it is used to build the gun. There are the stand arms and the spare joints. These parts are used for connecting similar stands. Of course you can use this to store the other accessories as well. And another cool thing is you do get some bling. You get a dog tag with her. Bunny Rapid Action Squad. Sniper Leoni. She's female and her blood type is O. Would you wear this out? I think it looks alright. Oh, and we have a card thing with some nice art on it. So yeah, she comes with a whole bunch of good stuff. So if you would like to grab her and her bunny buddies, I will have some links down below, and hopefully they're still available. As a direct comparison to Eileen, I think Leoni is a little bit heavier and sturdier. Eileen does have a clean back, whereas Leoni has a little peg hole. Leoni's tail is not fluffy and also isn't removable. Seems sturdy enough, however, do try not to break it. But overall, they do look good together. For swaps and things, the head feels a little bit scary to remove, so I would be careful there. Arms don't really fit with the Snail Shell girls unless you mod it. Legs also don't really fit, although you can kind of put Leoni's on Eileen. Leoni can still milk tea's legs, although the opposite won't work. Articulation. Head moves well. She turns like so. Looks up and down. Tilts. There is separate neck movement. The head can feel a little bit loose, but the floating tie also hides the neck gap. Her spiral twin tail things can rotate and move. Arms raise up really well. You can turn them around, of course. She does have an interesting butterfly joint. It's not really the floating circle piece that hides the gap like a lot of figures. It is a welcome inclusion and does work well. She can reach forwards a lot. This of course allows her to hold her sniper and guns and stuff. Reaching backwards is good too. She has a bicep rotation. She has double elbows with the KACHA or ratcheted joints. They feel nice and sturdy to move, and the clicks aren't too loud for the elbows. I guess the benefits of these are that it holds the position a little bit better. However, negative could be that you can't really fine-tune poses, which might be an issue for the knees when trying to balance her. Hand and wrist movement can be a little bit limited by the cuff, which does rotate. Upper torso moves well. Forward bend is okay. Backwards bend is pretty good, however there will be a gap in the middle. Leg movement is okay. She splits to the side like this. She kicks back and forth. However, it's not directly back and forth. Unfortunately, there is no drop down legs or anything, so she doesn't have the best leg range among the girlies. However, with the limited range, she doesn't really get too gappy from any angle or however you move it, so that is a good thing. She can't really sit properly though. Crossing legs is okay, however she can kneel. She does have a thigh rotation, which is a little bit tight. She has double KACHA knees. These are a little bit more clicky than the elbows. Again, balancing may take some work as you can't really fine-tune the knees. You'll have to rely more on the foot movement, which is pretty standard stuff. But they are sturdy, which is good. I think Leoni has better range in the arms, but Eileen has better range in the legs. For height, she's just over 17 centimeters or 6 3/4 inches with the tallest bunny ears. Without ears, she's about 15 centimeters or 6 inches. Of course, she'll probably fit in with just anything as long as it's around 1/12 scale. So I gotta say, Sushing did very well with their first release. Absolutely looking forward to the other girls, and of course you can expect reviews of them. We're gonna have a lot of bunny girls, aren't we? In addition, Ladotoys is doing some great stuff as well. You can see Liya the Arctic Fox to the left here, and to the right we got Snail Shell, Husky and other stuff. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you again next time.